Hey guys, it's your girl Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel and thank you guys all for tuning in again. Today I have my December reading for you, guys. Can you believe that it's almost December already? I mean, I can't. And I know I say this every time in December each year, but I honestly cannot believe how quickly this year has gone by. Last monthly prediction for this year, and I'm gonna switch it up a little, okay? Instead of 4 groups, you guys have 5 groups today, okay? 5 whole groups to choose from. Why do I feel like I'm in Beyonce's like single ladies video? Guys, I am too embarrassing right now. Oh my god, Vanessa, just Hey guys, in all seriousness, we have 5 groups today, so make sure you pick one of the 5 groups intuitively. If you sort of feel drawn to like 2 or 3 groups, your personal reading could be a mixture of those groups. So if you feel like it, tune into more than one reading to get that perfect mixture. But ideally, I would like you to be drawn to one group. So yeah, you guys, that is it for the intro. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also, if this is the first time that you're on my channel, do not forget to subscribe before you leave. Yeah, you guys, I want to get straight into the readings. Hey guys, so welcome to today's reading. We have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4, and group number 5. So I just want you to pick one of the groups intuitively. If you need a minute to meditate on the cards, feel free to pause this video in order to do that. Otherwise, if you have chosen your corresponding group, just go down below into the description box and click your timestamp to fast forward to your part of the video. So yeah, you guys, I want to get straight into it with group number 1. Okay, group number 1, let's see what your December 2018 prediction looks like. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Star. So right off the bat, I get a lot of phallic energy here from the Swords and the Wands. I see that you're definitely in a go-getter mood in December 2018, but at the same time, I see that, you have to. There's a lot of work that you need to do. There's a lot of things that you need to conquer, it could be fears. And I see that you're just blindly going for it, okay? I feel like in December you're gonna put all sort of fear aside, all sort of worries aside, and you're gonna be all about getting things done, which is great because I also see in the Ace of Swords that it is sort of a great time for you to gain mental clarity about where you're going in business or in school. I see that spiritually you're going to have this sort of awakening, so to say. You're going to have a bit of an epiphany. It's going to be a new start of a spiritual path. So that's what I see in December 2018. And then also in the Star, I see that maybe you've been hoping for something to happen in the romance department, or maybe you've been hoping for something to happen financially or sort of business-wise, and I see that there's something that's going to give you new hope. And I see that it's also important for you to listen to your intuition and your subconscious, and don't be stingy with yourself. So make sure that you treat yourself, make sure that you're good to yourself, and listen to your intuition. So if you feel like there's sort of new hope, or that something has been occurring in your life that is making you feel like things are steering in the right direction, definitely listen to that. Star sort of shows that things are going to get better and things are moving forward. And the Star combined with the 7 of Wands is a very powerful combination, because I can see I can see a lot of force, a lot of you wanting to take action alongside with, hope on the horizons. I see that this is a good time for you to really focus on bigger ventures, as you're able to just put your head down and power through things. Then we have the Stag. So the Stag is a very powerful animal. It's a very authoritative animal. It's a very proud animal. So what that means for you in December in 2018 is that you're definitely going to have a very active time, so to say, okay? You're going to get a lot done. There's a lot that needs to be done. And then at the same time, I see that you're going to put trust, new sort of faith in your spirituality. So in the Ace of Swords, as I already mentioned before, this could be a newfound sort of belief, a newfound sort of love for spirituality or an aspect of spirituality. And I see that it's important for you to trust, and that way you can thrive. Then we have the Air Guardian. So you having your Air Guardian with you in December 2018, I see that that's going to help you shift your perception. So I feel like that has a lot to do with the Ace of Swords, because this new beginning is going to shift sort of your whole perception that you have of yourself and the world around you. And I see that it's important for you to be proud and be fearless and also strong. I want you to sort of put strong energy out into the universe and to show that you're ready for this shift of perception, to show that you're ready for the truth, because I feel like this shift of perception may also be you sort of awakening to a new truth that you didn't know of. So that can have to do with the way you're living, with the relationships in your life, just with you as a person. And I want you to be strong and to show the universe that you're ready for it and you're ready to change your perception, because changing your perception is necessary sometimes. And maybe that's exactly what you need to happen in December in order for you to start 2019 on the most productive, positive note possible. Then we have summer. So in summer, I see that, you know, summer is usually a time of a lot of light and people sort of going on a vacation. So I feel like maybe after all of your hard work and all that you've been putting in, I feel like maybe it's time for you to just take a time out. So if you were thinking to work, you know, right up until Christmas or right up until New Year, make sure that you take time to bask in joy, bask in light. Make sure that you take time to like enjoy the fruits of your labor. And make sure that you take time to enjoy this newly found perception and also to trust in the universe and thrive. So I feel like summer is definitely here to tell you to chill out a little bit too in December. Like not only think about work, not only think about moving forward, also just think about just being in the moment and enjoying the moment, you know, just enjoying the love, the light, the warmth that's in your life. So make sure that you live in the moment in December, because I feel like that is something that you may be struggling with next month. So whenever you feel like you're struggling with living in the moment, just remember what it feels like in summer, you know, to just be sitting somewhere in a park and just like enjoying the moment, enjoying the rays of light, the sunlight just hitting your face, that warm feeling, that beautiful feeling. Just make sure that you don't forget to sometimes just experience that. Okay, group number 2. Let's see what December 2018 has in stock for you. Okay, so we have Justice, the 8 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. So automatically I see a lot of phallic energy, so very masculine energy, very forceful energy, very out there energy. So I see that that's what December of 2018 is for you on an energetic level, on a vibrational level. So I want to go into Justice though. So one thing that I see in Justice for December 2018 for you is that it's important for you to keep things in balance, because I feel like things may be a little bit out of balance. So that could be your work-life balance, that could be the balance in your relationships, that could also be, you know, just a balance with you on a physical level. You know, have you been nurturing your body as much as you should? Have you really been eating healthily, working out, etc.? Or have you been overindulging in bad behavior? So I see that balance is definitely important, and justice for yourself. So make sure that you're fair with yourself. Make sure that you're fair with how you treat yourself and, you know, how hard you are on yourself, because December is that time of the year where you know, sometimes you can just be extra hard on yourself. So make sure that you weigh everything and keep everything in balance. Are you really keeping things in balance by nitpicking every little bit of your appearance or your work? Probably not. So make sure that you think of balance in December 2018. Then another thing that I see here is, you know, you're holding a sword up. So I see that being mindful is something that's very important for you as well, because I see that everything is pointing sort of in one direction. I see a very fast pace happening. So I feel like things are moving very quickly, and sometimes it can be difficult to keep up. And I feel like in the Nine of Wands, you may reach a point where you feel like giving up almost. You may reach a point where you feel like everything is just too much, and you sort of feel like you don't see a light at the end of this tunnel, but you're watching this reading for a reason. This is a meaningful coincidence. So remember that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and the Nine of Swords is close to completion, okay? You are close to completion with something that you're working on very, very hard right now. So make sure that you power through and you keep pointing all of your force in one direction, and you keep putting energy towards your work, towards what you are working on, because you're getting very close to a place where you're going to enjoy the fruits of your labor and where you're going to reach a sort of new plateau. You're going to reach a new height. You just need to trust and believe. Then we have the star ancestor. So in December 2018, your star ancestor is going to be working with you very closely. I see that your star ancestor wants you to follow the voice of your soul, to follow your internal voice and vibrations to only places that put you in a positive and higher vibration. So make sure that that is something that you listen to. If you feel like there is a reoccurring sort of pattern in your life that makes things negative, that gives you this negative vibration, make sure that you think through that and cut it out of your life. Listen to your soul and listen to what your soul needs. Then we have the direction guardian. So I see that it's important for you to choose your path. I see that it's important for you to choose to complete and not to give up. So things may be a little rocky and a little hard right now, but I see that it's important for you to choose your path. And I feel like it's either you give up and everything falls apart, or you power through and you go through with completion. And it's important that you're not too hard on yourself, with either decision that you make. Only you truly know, when you listen to the voice of your soul, what is right or what is not right for you. So make sure that you choose your path wisely, and if you want to stay on the path, make sure that you complete and you don't give up. Then mountains, stand your ground. So something that I deem as very, very important for you is for you to stand your ground with whatever path it is that you choose, with whatever venture it is that you're doing. So once again, it's important for you not to give up. And I see that, you need to sort of learn from mountains. So don't be like a tree that can get shaken up by a heavy wind or lose branches, that may break. Be like a mountain, whatever weather comes, mountains are still there. Mountains stand strong. So that is a trait that I want you to keep very close with you in December of 2018. Be strong and stand your ground just like a mountain. Okay, group number 3. Okay, group number 3, we have the Hanged Man, the Seven of Cups, and the Hermit. So what I see intuitively is that in the Seven of Cups, I see you have a lot of choices. I see you have a lot of things tempting you, and I feel like you have a lot of different options that you can go for in December 2018. So I feel like you're standing before so many different, routes that you can go, so many different choices that you can make in December. And I feel like that may be stressing you out or sort of causing anxiety, and you just sort of don't know what to pick or what to do. So the thing with that is that I see in the Hanged Man that it's best for you to just be complacent and do that out of choice. So I feel like with all of these options that you have, that can either be in how you continue with your job, what you do financially, what you want to do with your studies. I feel like it's important for you to just really reflect and to be stagnant by choice. So don't think that being stagnant is a bad thing and, not moving forward is something negative, because it's not, as long as you choose to, until you get the answers that you need in order to make the right choices for you. So that is something that I see in December of 2018. Alongside with the Hermit, I see that it may be important for you to just recline from the world, to just pull back a little and just be by yourself, okay? So don't isolate yourself, because that is something that I see, that is a fear that I have for you when I see the Hermit, that you may isolate yourself. So that's not what the Hermit is trying to tell you. The Hermit is trying to tell you to take some time for yourself, take some time away from other people. Just be stagnant and take that time for yourself until you have the answers that you need in order to make the right choices in December for you. So any sort of hasty decisions, I would not recommend for you to make in December, because I don't see that working out very well. Then we have the Snake. So in the Snake, I see that it's important for you to shed old layers, to shed old skin. So I feel like because the new year is approaching, you know, you sort of have a lot of old rough skin from 2018. It may have been a very rough year for you, and I mean that also in a positive way. You may have just had so much work, and even though things went really well, you know, you're just sort of worn out, and it's time to just shed that layer and renew yourself. So I feel like it would be good for you to just take like a spa weekend, to book a nice facial, to just spend quality time out in nature alone or with someone else. Just make sure that you feel like you're sort of renewing your energy, because you don't want to be vibrating on a low level in December of 2018, because you want to be preparing to start 2019 with the best vibrational energy possible. So in order to do that, I see that you need to shed old skin immediately. Then we have the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. So I see that in December of 2018, your Mirror Guardian is going to be working very closely with you, and your Mirror Guardian is going to really help you reflect on your decisions. So I feel like that may have to do with the Hanged Man as well, with you just being sort of stagnant and just waiting it out for a little bit, and just seeing things from a bird eye view, seeing things as if you were a fly on a wall, and just reflecting on decisions. So I see that that's important in December of 2018 for you to just retreat a little bit and, you know, reflect. Make sure that you embrace the Hermit that you just got in this reading, and that you take time to think. Then we have the White Witch. Be the light. So I see that it's important for you to rise above any sort of negativity. So I feel like there may have been a lot of negativity around you recently, or there is a lot of negativity currently around you. That could be in your workplace, that could be in your family life, that could be in your relationship. And I see that in order to move forward and in order to keep things positive and bright, you need to be the bigger person and you need to be the light. So even if someone is pushing your button, or someone is just constantly being negative, and you can tell that they're doing it on purpose, because even though people sometimes like to pretend like they're not being negative, you can tell when they're being negative on purpose. So just ignore that and be a shining light, you know, kill them with kindness basically. So I see that it's important for you to be that positive person, that person that has a positive attitude no matter what happens. So no matter what comes in December of 2018, whether, you know, it's little things, big things, just be a positive light at all times, because I see that you're going to inspire the people around you. You're going to inspire your surroundings, and you're going to turn all of those negative vibrations. I see that you're slowly and bit by bit, you're going to be the one turning it into a positive, and that is something really amazing, and that is something I definitely want you to follow through with in December of 2018. Okay, group number 4. Let's see what December of 2018 has in stock for you. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords, Judgment, and the Two of Wands. So I see a lot of duality, I see a lot of yin and yang energy, which is a really good thing. That means that your feminine and masculine energies are going to be in balance in December of 2018. So what I see intuitively in the Two of Swords is that I see that you have decisions to make, and you need to make them intuitively. And another thing that I see here with the Two of Wands is that you may be kind of forgetful of some skills that you have, or some sort of resources that you have. And it's important for you to not just turn your sight and your view towards the very obvious resources, to dig deeper. So I see that you may have certain skill sets or certain abilities that you may have forgotten of, that may help you with your decisions, or may sort of be that deal breaker in the decisions that you make in December of 2018. So make sure that you don't forget about those. Make sure that you dig up old skill sets and that you really consider everything and not just one thing. So remember that December in 2018 is a month of duality for you. So when you do a little bit of one thing, never forget a little of the other. So then in Judgment, I see that in December of 2018, you're going to have some sort of epiphany. And I see that that may have to do with the choice that you're going to make in the Two of Swords. So I see that you don't need any further information to make this choice. I see that you blindly need to trust your intuition. You blindly need to trust your subconscious in order to make that choice. And I see that either choice you make, it's going to have a positive outcome. I see that you're not going to be at fault for anything negative that comes out of you making a specific choice. I see that either way, with you making the choice intuitively, it's going to be the right choice. So even if there are losers in whatever choice that you make in December 2018, remember that it's not your fault. Remember that you have to make a choice. You can't stay stagnant in life. And if some people don't like it or it's not to other people's advantage, there's not really much that you can always do about that. So in Judgment, I see that in December, you're going to have an epiphany and you're going to have this sort of newfound light. And I see that that may have to do with you really considering everything in your life, with you considering all of your skill sets and all of your capabilities, because I see that you may have forgotten of some of the aspects in your life, of some of the aspects in you that are amazing. So have that epiphany and let that light and newfound knowledge into your life. Then we have the High Priestess. So I see that it's important for you to embrace and let sort of mystic energy in. So I feel like maybe you haven't really been dipping into your spirituality as much as you could. And I see that in December 2018, it's important for you to enable that mystic power. Then we have the Shaman. So trust in higher forces. As already mentioned with the High Priestess, I feel like you may have not really been focusing on your spirituality. Even though you are a spiritual person, it may have sort of taken the back seat. So I see that it's important for you in December to trust in higher forces, as they are here. There are unexplained things happening every single day in your life and everyone's life, and they're happening due to higher forces. And it's important for you to believe in the good and to believe in higher forces and to focus on just letting some things happen. I see that sometimes you like to always have an explanation for things. You like logic, and that is amazing. I love logic too. But at the same time, there are unexplained coincidences, unexplained things that happen, and we don't know what force is behind it, but we know that it's an unexplained higher force. So believe that your higher force only wants the good in you, and make sure that you reconnect with your spiritual side. Then we have a Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. So I see that definitely in cohesion with the Two of Wands, it's important for you to transform, to have that epiphany from Judgment and unveil your gifts. So I feel like you may have some forgotten gifts that could be, like on a musical level. Maybe you're a good singer or you're good at an instrument. Maybe you're an amazing writer or you're good at drawing. So I see that that could be something creative that you've forgotten about, or you felt like you didn't have time to do or explore, or you may have felt like, hey, I'm just not good enough at this. With all the competition out there in the world, I feel like I can't compete. And I see that in December of 2018, it's important for you to transform from that sort of negative mindset, from that mindset of you not being good enough, and unveil your gifts. We all have our individual gifts, our individual strengths, and I see that it's important for you to unveil those in order to really move forward and have an amazing December of 2018. Okay, last but not least, group number 5. Let's see what December of 2018 has in stock for you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I see in the Ace of Wands sort of a new beginning on a very creative level. And I see in the Ten of Wands, you're done with one of your projects. So I see that one of your creative ventures, something that you're passionate about, you're kind of done with that project, you're kind of done with that venture or that part of that project or venture, and you need a sort of new creative beginning. And I see that coming in December of 2018. I see you having sort of like an epiphany and a fresh new idea. At the same time, I see that on the earthly realms, I see that you're very concerned with, you know, all things money, all things time, all things material. So I see that you're still nurturing to the people around you. I see that you're not being egotistical at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you may be a little bit overly concerned with things in the earthly realms, and you may be like trying to hold on to money a little bit more than usual. You may be trying to hold on to time a little bit more than usual, which, you know, makes sense at this time of the year. It's very busy. Usually you spend a lot more, but what I see in December of 2018 is for you to trust that the decisions with your time and your finances are the right ones to make, even though it may put you in a bit of a tight position. I see that in the Ace of Wands you have amazing new ventures coming that are just going to blossom in December, and they may not carry or bear fruits yet in December, but I see that you're going to birth something that is going to be very fruitful, and you know, that is just an amazing new beginning. So trust in that and don't be too hung up on any sort of material things. Then we have the Lord. So I see that it's important for you to take charge and to be authoritative in December of 2018. So I feel like in correlation with the 10 of Wands, I feel like you now need to know when you're done with a certain part of your life, when you're done with a certain project or a certain venture. Know when you're done with that whole thing, or, you know, just that part of the venture, and know when is the right time to start afresh and start with a new idea. So I feel like it's important to take charge of that part of your life in December, and also to just do it confidently, do it with authority. You know, people who ooze that authoritative aura, you feel like they're confident, you feel like they know what they're doing. So trust in yourself and trust in your abilities. Then we have the Lady. So I see that you need to focus on just enjoying the growth and also reaping the rewards. So as already said many times, you're done with something. You can reap the rewards now. And they may be small, they may be very big. Either way, you need to reap them now. And if you don't do that, they will over ripen and then, you know, turn sour. So make sure that you enjoy all of the rewards, all of the work that you've put in the last month or maybe the last year, and make sure that you reap those rewards now, because 2019 may be a fresh start for you where those old rewards won't really be valid anymore, or they may be lost if you wait too long. So make sure that you enjoy those, and also make sure that you enjoy giving a new idea a fresh start. Make sure that you enjoy sort of fertilizing it in order for it to grow. Make sure that you enjoy feeding it, watering it, whatever you would do to a plant, so to say. Do that to your next creative venture. You know, check in every day with it, see how it's doing, water it, feed it, make sure it's in a good place. And make sure you just enjoy growth all along through December. Then we have great teachers. So learn from spiritual experiences. So I feel like maybe your spiritual side has taken a bit of a back burner. Maybe you've been very occupied in your ventures and your work with earthly things. And I see that it's important for you to learn from sort of not being so spiritual recently, or not being as spiritual as you could be. And learn from those experiences and see how things change moving forward if you're connected to your spiritual side a little more. See if that improves your life, if that improves your well-being, if that improves your mental state, and just learn from any sort of things that work on the spiritual side. So if you're looking into meditating, into just thinking in a more positive way, learn from everything that works and learn what doesn't work. That way you can just take the most valuable lessons with you into the new year, into 2019, and make sure that you just make the most of December of 2018. So yeah, you guys, that was it for today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it and found it insightful. I wish you all a beautiful, positive day, and I will see you guys in my next video.